So we're starting summer school.
Just want better for y'all.
I don't think enough people are saying this shit.
These are just our ideas.
Maybe we should all be a little bit more self-aware and a little bit less delusional.
What do we know?
What the fuck could we possibly know?
Hey, look, get your shit together.
Yo, what's up, folks? It's your boy Billy Francis, and I'm here with the Let Me Stay Focused podcast. And we have the best special people in the world. I don't know. Did I do it right? I hope I did it correctly. Like
That's
that was a little
close.
something. Like,
Is that, are you practicing or is
That's close.
yeah. I didn't. I tried to
ain't practice, it's
improvisation. You
It's
know.
happening regardless. We keeping that. That was amazing. All right, and welcome back to the reason they should have never gave you niggas microphones. I'm a little low.
I'm
Yeah.
with Shae.
And I'm Billy Francis. Nice to meet y'all, folks. So glad to be here. It's an honor.
And this is Let Me Stay Focused, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, tell the people about yourself, man, what you do. Your sign. Make sure you mention your sign.
Oh wow, we go out zodiac signs now.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is a thing. Okay, all right, cool. All right, what's up, folks? My name's Kyle Moore, Billy Francis, aka Billy Francois, Bill Pythagorean theorem. It's just so many Bills in the world. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised. Went to Norfolk State University. I am a recording producer, musician, recording engineer, and songwriter. So, yeah, I'm just glad to be here. And thank you for my partner more than anything. Shae, like, she is a wonderful person. Like, thank you for having me, and thank you for guys. Like, it's an honor.
Welcome. No, thank you for coming. What is your sign?
I am a Leo.
Okay.
Okay.
People don't think I'm a Leo, though. I've got Virgo. I've gotten, wow.
You do kind of get Virgo a little bit.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Really?
I could see it
Wow, like, cause
if I didn't know.
yeah, if you didn't know, yeah.
Yeah.
But I give people when I say, well, I don't try to lie to people like intentionally when they ask me like.
That's a
Oh,
very
like
Leo
who you
thing.
are, like.
I don't try to lie to people intentionally. It just so happens.
Because of like I don't want you to just like have
you
this
know
whole
me.
perspective of me or just have this whole like judgmental thing about me. Like I want you to know me for who I am, and those experiences will let you know who I am in that very moment versus what I tell you off of word of mouth. So
I respect that. And I do understand why, like, some people do feel that way. Like, I don't want to tell people my sign because it's going to, expose me to judgment. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Really?
I don't
Maybe
feel like
I have
that.
a pretty neutral sign where people are like, oh,
So what is your sign?
I'm a Scorpio. So people don't give me a lot of like negative pushback about that.
I get along with so many Scorpios. It's crazy. But like I said from the beginning, like I really don't go off of zodiac signs, but most of my female friends are Scorpios.
Oh, I don't go off signs. I'm just drawn to the same type of people over and over again.
See? So you see what I'm saying?
Copy.
Like, so like it's just like I just will never try to be judgmental of who people are, especially just I just met you today.
Yeah.
Like, what are you? Like,
Yeah, and I think that people do take it too far in that aspect, but me more so, I know enough about signs to know how like they reason, how they confront conflict, what hurts their feelings versus what doesn't.
right.
And so that to me, it feels more like less of a assessment of your character and more of a like tool you can use to build healthy and positive relationships.
I totally agree with you more. I really couldn't agree with you more on that. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah. And I think it's just fun to know people's signs. Like, and it's not necessarily to like assess their character, but just to, just have fun with it. Like, damn, like you do act like a Scorpio or you do act like a Leo, but it's really, for me, it's really never no malicious harm to it because I like all signs. Like I don't have a sign where I'm like, ugh, I don't really like them.
Right.
Like I mean, Aquarius, they might kind of push. They might kind of irk me, but for the most part, like I don't dislike people for their signs, you know. I just be like, well, I mean,
yeah, I think it's just the people I dislike have a common thread.
They have something in common, but shit, it's people from all walks of life that,
yeah,
you know, you may know a person that's one sign, you may know another person that's another sign, and they act just alike. So it's like, you know, for me, it's not necessarily about like the zodiac, because I think other things factor into a person's, you know, character and who they are.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Like, it's just a better feeling to literally experience a person's actions versus just the word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like, just more than
or
anything.
just assume, you know,
Like,
just assume.
yeah, you should just never assume. And like my best friend is, you know, he's a Pisces, but he just goes off this like zodiac signs, and sometimes like most of the times I don't want to listen, but most of the times I do, because of he has the insight sometimes on especially so many things that I wouldn't even personally think about in my own head, and when it comes to certain situations, and he gives me a different level of insight. Like, damn, I didn't even think about that, or I didn't even think about that in their shoes, like their shoes. So you always just have to be considerate of others,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's just for me. Like, it's a wonderful feeling. Like, and over time, like I said, I wish when we was at Norfolk State, like so much I dealt with, like just like thinking, you know, being considerate of us at the same time. Like, you don't know these people.
Right.
Like, everybody come from all types of ethnicity.
Yeah.
Like all over the place. Like, and
I think college is like one of the best places to learn that, you know, like about the fact that there's people from all walks of life and people that handle things differently and do things differently. Like, I think, and this is not to shade nobody who didn't go to college, but you know, that I do think that's just something you learn and you take with you out in the world, and it's kind of very like telling when a person, or is like it's revealing when a person like doesn't have that experience, because it's like, damn, you don't even know, like,
girl, you talking?
I can definitely see like when people are like, oh, I didn't go to school, like I go, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's no shade. But
it's not like, education wise. I think that college is where you first really start dealing with folks who are not your family in like a lived environment. Right. So like your mom's always going to forgive you. Your sister's always going to forgive you. But like if you do some nut shit to your roommate, they might
beat your ass.
They might carry that shit with them, man.
Know what the fuck type of time you on, boy. So they don't care how much money you got.
Talk about you like a dog.
Oh my gosh. Like.
Well, first we have honorable mention. Okay. Our first segment. My honorable mention is going to be WHRO. Have y'all heard of them?
Shout out WHRO.
It's a local media newspaper. Like, they do media, but like they do newspaper. They have TV network. And I remember just growing up, like they did a lot with. I want to say they did a lot with PBS. I could be.
I was gonna say they're like our local PBS.
Yeah. Okay. That's the perfect way to put it. But I wanted to highlight them because I feel like, you know, they still hanging in there. You know,
still hanging in there.
We living in a time of like where actual journalism and like news media outlets are not really seen a lot, you know. And so they sent me an email basically saying like Trump is planning to submit a recessions package that would claw back federal funding that Congress already approved for WHRO. And basically this means that they not going to have as much money to work with. And I just wanted to kind of put that out there. They did ask for basically people to reach out to their elected representatives and share their story about like their experience with WHRO and like what they've done. Okay. And be an advocate. They didn't even ask for no money. So I was reading the email like, okay, like I can get with this.
I can send something to somebody. Shit, you shouldn't me.
Yeah. But they said your support is vital to protecting WHRO's mission of education, culture, and connection. And yeah, I think that's pretty dope. That's we stand for those things, and shout out to them. So we definitely gonna do what they asked and show our support.
Shout out Ryan Murphy over there at WHRO.
They doing their thing over there.
He did a lot of the coverage back then. I think he was at the pilot and then left and went to WHRO about like the gentrification of downtown and all that. So shout out Ryan.
It needs to be done elsewhere too, all over the place. Honestly,
Really, for real.
They need to let me up there.
No, for real.
Hey, you go out there.
You already been on BET. So.
Shit in me. Bristol Quad. I'm getting up there. Why there's no soft serve in this city?
Yeah.
It'll be called Lolo Ask the Hard Hitting Question.
The important questions.
Yeah. Who the fuck is Princess Anne? I need to know.
I'm pretty sure it had something to do with fucking the Salem trials or something.
That was in Massachusetts, though.
Cause you know we got the witch duck, we got Salem, we got cause all that happened in Massachusetts, but we have the area.
Yeah, we had the
like
same
where they like
names.
named the streets and stuff out there.
Who the fuck are you? Make yourself known. And
Show up, pull up. Literally.
got a couple other questions.
Okay.
What was Jumpin' Jelly Beans?
Oh, Jumpin' Jelly Bean was like a alley for kids. Oh, it was like, you know, that how we have the alley now.
The Scally? I ain't never been in the Scally.
I've been there one time and never again. But it was like that for kids. Or like teenagers.
That's horrifying.
So it's
to
still
think
around.
about.
No, it's not around anymore. So I guess maybe the Picasso. Like I don't want to date myself, you know. But I'm trying to think like what's the equivalent. But it basically
Like
was like
Peabody's Teen Nights?
yeah, but it was more ratchet.
But there was also a place with inflatables, right?
Yeah.
And they were both called Jumpin' Jelly Beans.
No, it was only one place. It was.
I
It
went
was
to a kid's birthday party called Jumpin' Jelly Beans.
how long ago?
This was like when I was in like middle school.
Maybe it was like during the daytime.
I don't know if it was the same place.
It might have been because we only had one place called that. So maybe like during the daytime they had kids parties. And then at night they had teenage parties.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of it when I get on WHRO. I need to know what the fuck is going on.
Find a resource.
Yeah, gotta investigate.
Couple of.
It's like that thing I posted on my Instagram story that was like when nobody knows what the mayor does.
Right.
It's like I forgot to turn in my English paper. The mayor's gonna be pissed.
No, what does the mayor know?
Hey yo, listen.
I'm the mayor of this town.
Oh really? Oh, you like that?
I wish I was the mayor. Not enough to try to become the mayor, but
Would you?
I
You
just
would go
wish I
all the
was the
way.
mayor.
You would literally go all the way to be the mayor.
No.
I could see it.
If you see me running for mayor, it's because I'm trying to give the current mayor hell. Like I wouldn't want to win the mayor.
Causing more commotion.
I would want to like almost win the mayor, stress the mayor out. Like just so you know, if I wanted to be the mayor, I could, but I don't want to.
Yeah. No.
But just know that.
Yeah.
Just know if all obstacles was just against you, like your back against the wall, you would go straight for it. I'm crashing out like, yo.
You know, like I don't want to be the mayor, but if I wanted to be the mayor, I could.
I could see that.
So,
Yeah.
I could see it.
well, I have Hotep of the Week, and put your hats on. It's a depressing one. So, I have a Florida mom, Rhonda Polanese, 41. Florida mom hit with second-degree murder charge after suffocating her 6-year-old son in his bed. Deputies say she believed she was told by God to exorcise the demons out of the boy's body. This 31-year-old Florida mom is in serious trouble after her 6-year-old was found dead in their home during a welfare check. The mother told police that she suffocated her son in bed because God sent her a message to exorcise the demons. She was outside of her home when police showed up May 30th to perform a welfare check on her son, who had been absent from school for over 2 weeks. And she told the police she just hadn't put him back in school. She eventually led the police to a room where a deputy saw what he thought was a child on the bed wrapped in fabric with only his face exposed. And the deputy knew that the child was dead. Rhonda said told the police that she wasn't in control of her vessel, her body, and said God or Father controlled her. Rhonda reported seeing changes in her son's behavior and believed him to be controlled by a spirit and by an enemy. So she suffocated him on May 18th to get rid of anything evil. She said that she knew her son had died and she freed him of a spirit he had in him.
That's fucked up.
And hot take. Hotep of the week is not just this woman, but any parent who uses religion to abuse or mistreat their children.
Can I say such derogative language? If
Yes,
I had to?
yeah.
Bullshit.
You can't
Literally.
say bullshit on the podcast.
Bush. Whoever's the editor.
Damn.
Damn.
There's some bull. In the words of Eric Mays, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace to the God, literally. But bush. Like, you need to take care of your children at all times, regardless of what's going on in your life. Literally. You have a responsibility. You made that choice. You laid in the bed. You literally. I can't speak for everybody's situation, but still, I don't have kids, so I really can't speak on it. But take care of your children.
No, for real.
Please. That's just it.
Don't even, I don't.
Just take care of your children.
Just cut the fuckery off at
no,
the
for real, because
at
how
the
God
knees.
give you a kid, but tell you that you got to do something to hurt them. Like, it doesn't.
Literally.
That shit is stupid.
Like, what just made you just to have that decision? Like, oh, I'm just going to leave them. Oh, I'm just going to do this today because I feel like, sweetheart. Or, sir, y'all bugging. Come on.
We don't know your pronouns, but we on it as.
Take care of your kids. Sir or
Better.
ma'am. Sir or ma'am. Take care of your kids. That's it.
No, that is depressing.
I've started warning.
Next we have lyrics and lessons. Where
We give a lyric and you get a lesson.
thank you.
You're welcome.
My lyric comes from a listener as well. Let me make sure I got the ad right.
Shout out to listeners. While you looking up the app, I have an honorable mention. I know we passed it, but I just thought about it. The fucking Peruvians up there in Southern Shopping Center, rotisserie and that chicken.
Which
That just changed my life.
I love Peruvian food, by the way, but like, what's the name of them?
Charcoal chicken, Peru. I don't fucking know.
Okay,
they up
charcoal
there
chicken.
they up there at Southern Shopping Center.
Yeah, because I
Shit
had
like
the one
crack,
in
man.
Virginia Beach. I think it's the same company.
They put them on DoorDash. You niggas in trouble. And for 99 cents, you could get all dark meat.
For real.
What?
That's crazy because dark meat is typically supposed to be.
Because you could get a half a chicken instead of giving you the white half and the dark meat half. They'll just give you two leg quarters.
Yep.
That could be you.
I want that right now.
That's what I'm saying. I ordered that shit. You didn't see the picture on my Instagram story?
I did. I didn't know it was from here. I thought that was from in Philly.
Nah, that shit is a Southern Shopping Center.
I think the one in Virginia Beach it's like Virginia Beach and Lynn Haven, I think. Yeah, it's the same company. I ate there, and it was pretty good there too.
Shout out Cusco. Shout out all of Peru. Shout out. Y'all cooking them fucking chickens, I tell you what. Flipping birds.
Wait. But yeah, the listener, her at is the Unique Money. That's my friend Unique, but I just had to make sure her at was right.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Unique.
But yeah, she suggested this song called Conversation Pit by June Tober. And so I chose this lyric, come closer. I want to get to know you. What's on your shoulders? Lay it down. For right now, everything is all right. It's been so hard, but don't worry, we're fine. Love is so good, I can't share it all. Take care of you, I know your heart. And the lesson I got from that is that if someone truly wants you, they'll be curious about certain things, and they'll make themselves available to be a safe space, within reason, of course, because don't be on no crazy shit. But yeah, like they'll want to know like what hurts you, what makes you happy, what have you been through, like, you know, how can I make things better?
What's your sign?
Huh?
What's your sign?
Was my sign?
No, like that was one of the
Oh,
questions.
like they want to know what's your sign. They don't want to just, you know, lay you down.
They want to know the moon sign too.
Yeah.
They asking your mama for the
want-
birth certificate.
They want the big, they want the big 3.
Oh man. Oh man. So is it my turn?
It is. What's your lyric?
Okay. I actually had a few. It's a few that I produced, but I had to literally choose one. So
Let's hear it.
this is the lyric is.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
His name is 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Okay.
I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
That's the song of the person.
The person. His
Okay.
name is 5 a.m. And the song I did for him on his 2021 project called You're Going to Be Fine. And he was signed with Interscope at the time. This was one of my first major placements. And it really stuck with me because I was in the studio with him during that entire process. The song is called Do Not Disturb, D&D. And I will say the first verse because it just meant a lot to me. It's called The Runaway Aeroplanes in the Sky. I get away with nobody but me, myself, and I. Sometimes just a need to be alone. Somewhere I got no place to be. But far away from home. Need my sanity, need my peace of mind. That's why I turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't want to hear from him or her. Sometimes this can be so overwhelming. My life is like a movie they keep filming. Do Not Disturb. The reason why I chose this was because not only just being in the record studio, the studio session that day at Sony in Atlanta that day, but when he was just reminding me just like so many obstacles that having to deal in an industry that, you know, people don't know you for who you are and people don't really care about who you are.
Yeah.
They care about only what you've done recently.
Yeah, what you can do for them.
What them numbers look like.
And it ain't great, but you know, when people treat you like you know, the karma comes back around at a certain type of time, you know.
Yeah.
And the greatest feeling is, I told you before I walked in here, just the journey is more grateful than the actual accomplishments and the milestones that you achieve.
All right.
So I take it as, you know, sometimes I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I don't want to hear from him or her. Sometimes it be so overwhelming. My life is like a movie they keep filming. But sometimes I got to get back to my peace of mind. Like, yo, like, why you started all this before you jumped all this? When we was in school,
That's real.
when I told you I was selling $20 beats in school, you know, people wasn't trying to buy that stuff. So, you know, it's to now, like, I'm signed as a signed producer and, you know, I'm doing all the things that I prayed for when we was in school. That's the wonderful feeling about it. Just the experience. And I'm beyond grateful for that, like, more than anything. So that's his name. 5 a.m. The song is called Do Not Disturb. You know, come check it out on all platforms. Yeah. Produced by me.
So I'm gonna listen to it after, but I just saved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's dope, and that's kind of on brand for what the topic gonna be. But before we get to that, Willow got her lyric.
I have, and I might have used this one before, but like a long time ago. See, I'm not festive, but I quite like presents. Don't want to die, but I quite like heaven. Want a good place, but I don't like waiting. Want to go crazy, but I'm not patient. Want to be smart, but I don't like learning. Want to be rich, but it takes time earning. Want to be fit, but I don't like running. Then I see you and I wish I'd done something. And that's from Skip to the Good Bit by Rizzle Kicks. Yeah, and what I get from that is two things. So the first one is like, niggas always got a plan. when they were just about to, right? When they see you on your shit or doing your thing, they was just about to start that thing. They was just about to, and when they see you, they wish they had done it, right? But also, I think about like meeting your person, right? And wanting to be all of these things, fit, smart, happy. And when you find them, like sometimes people wish they had done the work before they ran across this person.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they just didn't. And then they see you and they wish they'd done something. But at that point, a lot of times it costs people their relationships. So that's why I picked those.
You know how I feel about that in your response? In my response to that, I feel like the execution has to be as loud as the prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think by then you didn't execute anything. By the time I see you and I wish I'd done something, I did nothing.
And that's literally the regret. But like you need to, the execution just has to be loud as prayer. You want to talk to God about what you want, who you want, what you need, how you need it. But you have to act. The work has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be executed. You know.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just too late. Sometimes it's just too late. I think about like when you. My feelings about your lyric is like there's people who have like tried to be with me like after they done got married, had kids, did all these things, and it's just like, bro, like you too late.
Yeah, you missed the boat.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's
You
just
missed
like,
that train, big dog.
It's like I can't help the fact that somebody else made the choices they made. You know what I'm saying? And in another life, then, things could have been different. But like, I just don't. Yeah. I just don't feel it for people who overlooked me the first time and then want to, come back. And it's just like, no.
Talk your
Sorry to you, baby.
And it's unfortunate because like you might do, it could have been something, but yeah, it could never be at this point. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but yeah.
It ain't unfortunate because people just need to regret what they.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for them. Not
you just
for
need
me.
to.
If you have all of those things, do your job. Come find me.
Like,
and if you learn from your situation, just make sure you don't do it again to the next person.
Yeah.
Because these phenomenal women right here, they need to be loved all day, every day. Don't play with these.
I need that. I need devotion.
If you Peruvian and you got a rotisserie in your house, I'll take you. Fuck it.
Oh,
you got that chicken? Go ahead, big dog. Go ahead and cook that up for her. Like, she need that.
Listen, I just opened the DoorDash app. That shit talking about rate your delivery 5 stars. Fuck is you talking about?
That shit gonna go about $40.
Submit. Nah, and when you go, it's like $10.
Oh, see, you pulling up.
I don't even. They not paying me. Fuck it.
Oh my God.
Maybe we can make this a clip, and then it can be.
Oh, make it a quick look like advertisement. Go ahead. Go. I'll start it off.
We need somebody. We got to get someone who eats like the breast of the chicken. You like dark meat or white meat?
I like both.
Okay.
Oh, she's the perfect
candidate. Because I was going to say it was going to cost us more chickens. If we only like dark meat, they'd be wasting the half of the chicken, the top half of the chicken.
I like all the pieces.
Okay, we need 4 chickens because I only eat dark meat.
So
I do.
It's nothing like breast and just all types of shit.
Breast be dry, man. They don't hold the flavor as well.
I don't really. I do understand not holding the flavor, but as somebody who eats hot sauce, and I gotta have sauce, any kind of sauce with my chicken anyway.
With any type of poultry.
Yeah, or any kind of meat.
Any type of fish.
I want some sauce. I need my shit to be saucy. So I don't really care what part it comes from.
The white rice is good in that motherfucker.
Trying to tell you. Listen. I don't even want to go there.
Y'all making me hungry now.
I apologize. What? I'm looking at the picture of the chicken right now.
I'm too hungry right now for this conversation.
Listen, because we don't got Wawa in Atlanta. So
y'all don't.
When I come, no, we don't. Like Wawa Quick Trip.
This my plate from yesterday.
Yeah,
see, I want that type of plate.
And that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't even finish all that. I would just finish
I
it
ate half of it today.
as soon as like. Oh my God!
I wouldn't finish it all in one sitting either, but I'm definitely coming back to it.
We ain't
and
even.
I came back to it today.
We ain't even got no Wawa, so we got Quick Trip. But they don't even sell like they don't sell hoagies. They don't sell like they only sell like hot dogs and snacks and like the little shit that like the yogurt and all that bullshit. Bullshit. But yeah, sorry y'all. Derogatory link. But
You good, we cuss over here all day.
The intro has niggas in it. Welcome back to the reason they should have never gave you niggas microphones.
Let's stay focused, shall we?
Shall we?
Cool.
Let me stay focused. That was the perfect segue because now we got the topic of the week. And this topic is about being a creator or creative. Like I feel like all of us are one or both. And so I kind of wanted to have a conversation about that. I have a lot of questions here, but I'm probably not gonna ask all of them for the sake of time. Okay. But how are y'all feeling right now? Like, how are y'all feeling creatively?
Would you like to go ladies first?
No, you go first.
Okay.
You're the guest.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna say this past couple of years, I haven't, even when I told you, I haven't had no placement, like a major placement. My last placement was with Pap Chanel featuring Trina called Who's Bad. It was a remake of a record, The Baddest, you know, so those 2 years, I went through a lot. Like, you know, I told you I had the car accident, you know, with the lower back. But yeah. And doing all of that, I just, you know, kept my head up and really trying not to focus on too much on the music side of it.
Yeah, it's hard to keep your head up when you feel like the art's not like moving.
Right. And for so long, I was talking to my manager. My manager is he produced a lot of songs for Trey Songz. Okay. He produced Jupiter Love and Neighbors Know My Name and certain songs. And he told me the one thing that stood out to me was, bro, you have to find something outside of this that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And my brain, for some reason, you know, my mom told me this plenty of times, but for some reason, it was a different type of click. And I said, okay, well, what are you going to do, Kyle? Like, what are you going to enjoy without having to bartend?
And you enjoy it.
I enjoy it every
I could
day.
tell. I could tell.
You see me on social media just posting just about how much it's like I found something that I'm good at, and it's another level of creativity. Just giving people something they can enjoy to drink. Mm-hmm. So I found something I'm finally good at, and the main point is find something you enjoy. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because you might be exemplary in what you're doing in other areas as well. Mm-hmm. And that took me a long time. And, you know, I've been working at Fox Theater. I'm working at Fox Theater in Atlanta downtown. And I've been having the best time.
That's good. Outside
of just music, because I don't have to think about music being at work.
Yeah.
And knowing I can, you know, I got to make people tequila sunrise and Bay Breeze and all that stuff. Sunrise. And like, what's your favorite drink?
Like
I'm gonna ask
a
you,
mixed
sis.
drink.
You know, I got you.
I'm like,
yeah. What would you, like if you would come to Fox Theater and you would ask me what would be your favorite drink? What would you ask me to make you?
I mean, what am I on?
I don't know. What type of person are you? Are you a tequila? Are you a rum?
Okay,
are you...
She loves rum, but
I'm actually reformed rum. Okay. I'm trying to get skinny. Okay. I'm a tequila girl recently.
Okay.
But I mean, like, if I'm trying to get straight to the point, Jameson and cranberry.
Jameson and cranberry. So Irish whiskey type.
It'll take two
and cranberry
take two of those
juice,
and I'm on my ass.
Oh, you want a single or double?
Single. I'm not like I'm a very lightweight. But I think I've been into the tequila sunrises lately.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Okay, cool. Like, nah, I would definitely give you a double, just only because make sure you don't come back to my concession stand.
Oh, I'd be right. You look up, I'm behind the bar. How y'all doing?
What would you get, sis?
I would get, well, right now, because I'm a type of person, I don't really like to choose favorites because I change my mind. But right now, I'm on an espresso martini kick.
See,
You did post like a series of
I'm
ratings.
like,
you like that simple
But-
syrup and all of that.
no, I really don't, cause I be I be telling them like no Baileys. I don't want no Baileys in my shit. Like I don't want it to be like super sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I'm a tequila girl. Like that's really pretty much all I drink.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm like out. Yeah, it's usually like a tequila and pineapple or like something with tequila in it. Like Paloma, I really like Palomas.
Yeah.
I don't like margaritas because they be too
don't?
sweet and too.
Everybody-
too, like, sour and sweet like at the same time. It's just too much for me. Like
It's my last show. Them
I love a good
folks.
drink. You drink.
You like sour, like stuff with sour, sweet or sour, anything
I'm like
sweet
a
or sour.
sweet drink girl.
See, you would
Sweet.
definitely like that margarita. It would be more of a lime juice on that joint.
I don't mind a margarita. Like I like a good drink. I'm very easily drunk though.
Oh, so that one would just have you just over there, like that's why you wouldn't come back.
Turn
for
this
that second
motherfucker
drink.
into Coyote Ugly. I'm gonna be at the bar.
That's exactly why I was gonna just give you a double. You'll be satisfied in that Fox Theater, just sitting there doing the show.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Yeah, but yeah. Just
how are
enjoy
you
stuff.
feeling? Like creatively.
I feel like around this time of year, every fucking year, TikTok like syncs the views. For me specifically, like syncs them. And I just be having to keep talking till I get my way out of it. So, I mean, it's never like discouraging, but it definitely doesn't put the fire behind like I should post something. It's like for fucking what?
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to pay me.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, have you ever experienced burnout?
Like for TikTok?
Like, yeah, like it's just being a creator. I mean, I know
Burnout, just-
TikTok is like your main, platform, but I know like you're posting more on Instagram now too.
And that's just annoying. I don't care what y'all have to say on Instagram.
What about you? Like, have you experienced burnout? Well, I mean, I feel like you kind of just spoke to that,
Girl, when all right, yes, absolutely, definitely experienced burnout. 2019 when I came back home, like was making beats like 6 to 10 beats a day,
Yeah.
and just keep going. Just all right, I gotta come back tomorrow and do the same thing. Like not even realizing that, not even burning myself out. But at the time, I ain't had no placement, so I'm thinking about it as like, damn, like you gotta keep doing it, but like. I work smarter, not harder. Like,
Yeah. And I think it's something about like there's a science behind like keep trying to go after something that's not like it's like when you kind of stop worrying about shit, that's when things come. And I feel like when you're trying to force shit, that's when it's like, damn, like shit's so hard. Like, why nothing like popping off right now? It's because like you're not really taking time out to enjoy the other aspects of your life, you know what I'm saying? Like getting that experience so that you can go back and create.
Literally just taking that whole step back when it's necessary, more than anything. And it's necessary in every moment sometimes. Because sometimes, like today, I had to come to the studio before I got here. And I made 4 beats, and the 5th beat, I was just like, bro, like, I can't think of that right now.
Yeah.
Like, knowing I had to be here at a certain time, I was just like, all right, I'll come back tomorrow before I get on the plane to go back home. Like, I might have a different thought process when I wake up tomorrow. So, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, like,
Fresh
definitely,
mind,
and,
fresh eyes.
And I learned that from my manager. He was just like, because I started making beats with him in Alpharetta, Georgia. That's not too far from, like, Metro Atlanta. And I used to see him, and we would make 4 or 5 beats, and I'm thinking he's going to send it right away. Like, yo, like, send me that. Like, I'm trying to hear this on the way home. But I wait like a day or two, maybe even longer to even get the beat, because I just want to hear it to see how it sounds. He'd be like, nah, bro, like, I ain't got to it yet. And it took me so long to realize, like, he's doing this for a reason. Like,
yeah,
you have to take your time on, because it's your intellectual property, so you have to be like mindful of what you putting out
Putting
with
out
it, you
there,
know?
yeah.
I also think that might be why it clicked for you when he said it versus somebody else, because it's someone who knows how passionate you can be about doing this and is still saying there's other things to be passionate about.
Right? It's not like it's
Oh
this
my God, you
dismissive.
you talking my language right
It's like
now.
if your mom's saying it, it might kind of feel like, oh, she dismissing like, you know, my craft or
Yeah.
you know, my feelings or whatever. But if somebody in your same career like says it, it's like, oh, like this is, they have a whole different perspective, a whole different like outlook on life. So you know,
all insecurities on what ifs.
Yeah.
It's nothing but what ifs. Like, what if this happens? What if this happens? You know, when I got, I'm not going to defer back to me though, but just a full example. Just, you know, 2015 started making beats. We was in the dormitories in the Spartan suites. Didn't get the first placement till 2021. You know, my mama and all in my ear like, well, you know, why you ain't making no money? Why you ain't, you know, like, but you gotta work towards, people have to trust you. People have to
know you serious.
like know you serious, like do anything that's thrown against to you.
Be reliable.
Be more than anything, reliable.
Yeah.
My mama saw the first check from Interscope in 2020. She was like, "Oh, I ain't gonna disclose about it." Yeah, she was like, "Oh,
Yeah, that's
this why you been doing it." Yeah, like so I can help you out, and grandma. You feel me?
Yeah,
like
For sure.
like
So what advice would you give somebody who's like, you know, like what do you wish people knew about like being a creative, like behind the scenes?
always come with pure intentions, no ulterior motives, more than anything. Everybody jumps into this industry thinking that it's a quick lick.
Yeah. For sure.
And for me, I've, you know, thank God I grew up in the music since I was the age of 3. Just my grandmother found out I had a young voice at the age of 4. I was singing Lion King in her room. You know, just can't wait to be king. So, you know, I have a tenor voice. You know, we was in a choir at NSU. Like, you know, like I was a tenor in the vocal jazz ensemble. So, and I was playing in the band. So I've always wanted to do this. Like, this wasn't a time. It was never a time when I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I had to find so many obstacles, trials and tribulations, just to not even prove to people that I'm a valuable asset, but I'm my own valuable asset.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
What about you?
I did want to answer your question earlier with something that I didn't mention.
Okay.
I think that I found out that I had a passion for, like, yes, being a podcaster. Obviously, yapping is my thing, but also podcast production. When I let somebody use the studio, I found out that, like, when I'm not here, I really do enjoy being there. Like, this doesn't sound right. Y'all pay attention. If you're live streaming, that's fine, but you need to look here. You know, like really being part of the process that makes it come out well. And advice-wise, I think what you were saying, like authenticity, and it's going to be hard, but don't force it. There's plenty of shit. There's plenty of shit that people talk to and beat the horse to fucking death about on TikTok. But if I feel like what I have to say has already been said, I'm not going to say it for the fuck of it, so that the people who listen to my videos know that if I'm saying something, it's because I have something to say.
Yeah.
And don't ever like try to appeal to your audience by saying something you don't necessarily think is true. I mean, like a huge thing right now is the Roots picnic, right? Like, or it will have passed by the time you hear this, but I went to the Roots picnic. I did not have a heinous experience. I'm not going to get on the internet and say this was my heinous experience because everybody else is saying that. Right. I can say I acknowledge that y'all had a heinous experience. If I had y'all's experience, I too would be up here demanding Questlove and Black Thought's head on a stick, right? Yeah. But that was not my experience, and I'm not going to get up here and say that it was for the sake of
and I kept
being part of it.
I kept seeing like TikToks about the Roots picnic and how fucking horrible it was, and I just kept thinking like, damn, like I wonder what Monet is gonna say about this.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure as people in your core audience probably felt the same way when they knew that you were going there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not even gonna have no commentary on it. I'm just gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that just because all these people had a bad experience, don't mean all these people had a bad experience.
Yeah.
You know. And so I think I think that is one thing about your videos like that I do enjoy is that a lot of times you do have something fresh to say that hasn't been said in any other video. For myself, I still feel like I don't know my lane, or I don't know, like, you know, my niche, or however you say that word.
I think you know your lane.
I don't-
I
want
think,
to jump in.
yeah,
with
like
it.
I agree with her. Like,
I know my lane, but I don't really know my lane because it's like I don't feel confident in the things that I post, and I think too much about it, and I think I end up just getting in my head, and I'm just like, okay, well,
That doesn't go away though.
it will never go away.
It never goes away.
yeah, I because I experienced that in my career job, you know, because I'm a program manager. I create training, and so I do have that creative brain on throughout the day. But it's like when it comes to like my personal life, it's like, damn, like, how do I do this? And then I kind of get in my head.
Sis, like, I want to tell you what my manager tell me, like, dog, don't overthink it, just do it. You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna be too busy trying to contemplate in your head, like, how you gonna do it?
Right, exactly.
And he, listen, like, all these opportunities I'm getting now, he be telling me, like, bro, you gotta send this for this person I can't disclose who, but, you know, you gotta send it for this person. And the first thing in my head, like, bro, I go straight to their music, like trying to literally do what they put out, and it's like you can't overthink. Like, you gotta do what you've always been good at. You know what you're good at.
Yeah,
you know what you're good at.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm good at though.
I feel like when you don't know what you're good at, you got to listen to the people around you. You can't not listen to them for the sake of like
The people with their genuine.
Because now you know. Now you like what should I do? You should do this. Fuck y'all. Like, it doesn't work like that.
That's very much so me though.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta, because people they're consuming the brand. They're seeing what works and what doesn't. And even like, not even using you as an example, like our team gets on me specifically all the time about post your fucking face. Like, get up there even if you don't just do it. And I noticed that my story,
uncomfortability, right?
I'm thinking niggas give a fuck about that I'm at the Roots picnic. Niggas give a fuck about watching me sing Lenny Kravitz. Like, I noticed that the numbers go up because my face is in it. I'm thinking niggas care about what the fuck I care about. And obviously they didn't. You know what I mean? So sometimes if you're in an area where it's like, I want to improve and people have suggestions, you have to take them. But also, I think that if you're in an area that you feel like you know well,
just capitalize.
Just do it.
Capitalize off of what you know and continue to grow in that area. And just like you said, don't worry about what other people feel. Like, you think I cared about people at NSU when I was making beats for $20? Like when in 2016, like, I wasn't worried about that. Like, I knew I knew, like, in my mind, like, I was gonna be somewhere better, like, years to come. And those same people who didn't want to, like, you know, didn't want to get no attention, they all were spinning the block, like, yo, I can't believe you did this, da 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 da. But all they doing is just watching you become better than the person that they thought you couldn't be.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, but the shit that is you know you, right? Like, I can make suggestions to you, Shae, all day about like your videos where you write on the board, but your videos about your outfits, the shit you be doing, how you be out, no notes. You know what the fuck you're doing. Like, there is no reason for me to correct you on some shit you already got.
So that's my lane.
Now, sometimes
I think the whole thing, the aesthetic is your lane. Like, I think if you don't want to do what I'm doing, right? Because nobody can really tell me how to set up and land a joke.
Yeah. When
I'm making a TikTok.
Right.
Okay, nobody tell me that shit. And like, some of it is instinctual, right? Anybody could pass me half a pun, I'm running with it. But there's other shit where, like, I'm like, here's what I did today, everybody. And everyone's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I worked so hard on this video because I took my coins to Coinstar. I had like $100 in coins. And that was something I was very passionate about. People didn't give a fuck about that though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my normal stuff is not come with me to turn in my coins.
I think I do have to take heed to the suggestions of our team as well, because I do have a problem with like putting myself out there. Like I do want to play it small a lot of times, and I think it's out of fear of like failing and like being seen and being perceived.
You're gonna have shit that bricks. There ain't no way around it.
Sis, you in media.
I know but you gotta think. I never thought I would be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So it's like when you actually do get in those positions, it's like, damn, like I see how people fuck shit up because it'll be like
that. Now that's where the etiquette skills come in. Literally.
What you mean?
Etiquette skills. Like you have, like when I'm in the studio, you have studio etiquette skills. Certain things you do, certain things you don't do.
Yeah.
And which is going to the process. In this situation, regardless, maybe taking it to the song or the relationship between you and the CEO and the artist or whatever, there's certain type of etiquette skills you have to know, but you only go through that unless you experience that. Right. And which is why, like, when she said, like, you have to be out there because you don't know those etiquette skills. So you have to be out there and networking.
I gotta
like, you have to be vulnerable because another thing, 80% of people in the world are not going to like you. But that 20% going to love you, though.
We just got to thank our lucky star. Every day, I thank my lucky stars that I'm not a stand-up comedian. Because I could not go through the process that stand-up comedians go through. Like, I watched someone do it on a reality show, and it's fucking gut-wrenching. Like, I would never. Like, for them to get to the point where they're getting consistent laughs, they're hitting them over the head. I'm not telling jokes to motherfuckers who it's just one nigga coughing. I'm not doing like I could not go through that process. Right. So I'm glad that it's not
That's
that.
how it be feeling though. For me personally, it'd be like, oh shit.
But have you ever seen those things where it's like, oh damn, my video only got 100 views, and then they show you a picture of 100 people?
Yeah.
Like that's what you have to think about, and you have to lean into your audience. And I know it's not lyrics and lessons, but I love.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Like that song where he's
it's
like,
relatable.
"I can't make that shit you hear from Drake and them. The people that relate to me do not relate to Taylor Swift." So I apologize for coming to the studio and seeing dollar signs instead of keeping it real with y'all. Like how I'm traumatized. Like T Grizzly knew what people wanted to hear from him because his core fan base, me, didn't want to hear whatever this fucking like. You're trying to get records on the radio. I don't give a fuck about that because I listen to T Grizzly for T fucking Grizzly. And if T Grizzly if everybody who's just listening for the radio records goes tomorrow, then the people who you have at your core are unsatisfied. And I think that like
that's where the music is subjective.
You put something together and you're like, we're gonna feed the streets with this one. Yeah. And that's what you have to lean into because that's you knowing what your audience wants to see. Like, for example, like the Roots Picnic, like, yeah, hey y'all, I didn't have the worst time ever. Here's my favorite part of the Roots Picnic. This bitch blew up a couch and laid in the middle and did not move.
Bro, I kept watching the video like, okay.
And this is what I want to talk about.
She was like, she didn't leave the fucking couch, but she went from one end to the next. And I was like, okay.
At one point, it was two bitches on the couch.
I was invested.
What is going on with this?
Right. I was like, what are they doing? They cuddling or what? Like,
because niggas may show you the line, they may show you the food was $20 fucking, they may show you in the rain, they may show a motherfucker in the mud. But what I saw was this bitch on this couch. She did not move. Even when 2 Chainz was performing, this bitch did not budge. Meek Mill was performing in Philadelphia. She was asleep.
Yeah.
And I like that. And so that's what I'm going to show you.
That's real.
Facts.
And like people care more about that than me talking about the line or whatever the fuck. Because they're like, what's going on here? And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Well, I know those questions were for the audience, but they really were for me. And I appreciate like the insight y'all gave me. Because I do feel like y'all both are very like strong personalities and like y'all know what y'all want out of life and and y'all actually do put yourself out there and go for the things y'all want. So I appreciate that.
Man, I swear
that's it for me.
Wasn't a time when it was always like that. But you grow
Yeah.
And you realize that, the people who actually where you go where you value, you go where you appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
And which is why I say that 80% not gonna like you, and the 20% is going to love you. And like you go through all those things by being vulnerable. And I want you to just always know, like we're in the industry where it's tough to maintain and to keep our foot in the door.
Yeah.
Which you've always been authentic since the day I met you, for sure. So, especially at Burger King that day. So, and then we found out we went to school together, and then just so much just aligned that, it was God's timing, not ours. And I told you that before. It's God's timing, not ours. Like it's a wonderful feeling to like see you doing everything like you even thought in your head to do, and
yeah.
And the more than anything, like I'm so glad I met you, because Monet told me about you so many times on the phone, because we was having this conversation as soon as she told me, and like we both follow the show and all of that. And I was just like, yo, like Monet, like they cool. I was like, yo, I had this Shae. I said, yo, they cool, like. Yo, we cool, like, and then like
alignment, bro. And I told you that too, like
that's like it's God's timing, like
everybody connected in a way, and sometimes we don't realize it when it's happening in that moment. But as time goes on, it's like, damn, that's really how you build relationships.
Yeah, and I think even being here, it was like you were a guest on the show. I was like, that was a good episode.
It really was.
Yeah, and we were getting this is a great episode, but I'm saying for Shae, like she was a guest, and then my other co-host stepped down, right? And out of all of the co-hosts we had for a summer school,
right,
she
stepped in and just.
I said, "Let's do this," and she was like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Girl,
be a guest host for about 2 episodes. You're on the show.
You better talk your girl.
Because when I say I never thought I would be here, bro, I never thought that. Like I never thought I would be in entertainment in any way. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm behind the scenes, like computers, behind the computer type
doing most
shit.
of the computer stuff.
But this is what I feel like I was called to this. Like I wasn't like.
But you see how you just said that? Like you felt it, and all you have to do is just trust unto God, lean onto your own understanding, and just continue to execute just as much as you want to talk. The times that you need to talk to.
And you're just going to have people around you that you trust for when you're not sure.
Right.
That wouldn't tell you nothing wrong. Because had you listen to you and not listen to me, we wouldn't be on the show. Right?
Right.
But now I don't think somebody else could come in and tell you how to be a co-host on Let Me Stay Focused podcast. It just wouldn't work. Yeah. You know what you're doing.
Because this person encouraged you, and she actually genuinely cares about you.
She genuinely does.
Genuinely cares about you. And like she could have chose so many people in the world, but she chose you because she believed in you, and she saw something that you didn't see in yourself at the moment. And the good thing, and it is the best part about it, is you took that leap of faith.
And it wasn't a hard decision. I didn't consider anybody else. It was clear to me that you were your
faith was confidence.
Yeah.
Luke chapter 3 verse 37. I don't want to get into the Bible, but I'm gonna get into it. Like for real, for real.
This is the advice from the Bible.
Like faith is confidence. Literally, you gotta have faith.
You gotta have faith, and if you got faith, then you can't be worried.
Cause everybody not gonna know the vision, but you knew that vision. Regardless if you question it at the moment, but you saw it and God was like, "Oh, I feel like this was she gonna excel in this area." And look what you're doing. How many episodes is it? How many now?
This is episode 107.
100 plus.
Yeah, 170. This particular episode is 172. So.
172.
Girl, y'all building your catalog, and that's the best part.
Yeah, and we consistent. We stay consistent, so. I am proud of myself. I don't want to
I'm proud of you
girl,
too.
Like speak down.
We are, girl. Like my manager say, like, bruh, talk your, like you came a long way. Talk your. Everybody is doers and sayers. You are the doers. It's doers and sayers. Y'all
then I
the
see
doers.
you and I wish I'd done something.
Like they be like, dang, they really did it. Like
that's really fast.
Dang, like they really did it. I wish I would have did it, but like nah, like you didn't believe in, like you didn't trust in yourself and God, like you didn't keep the faith. And y'all kept it.
And you got us here because you was like, do you listen to podcasts? And I'm like, I don't want to hear no motherfuckers talk to me. What the fuck is you talking about? And we had to go somewhere and you played them on the road. And I was like, this is all right.
Bro, do you know how many I've converted? I don't want to say converted, but I put people on the podcast, like at least like three people close to me.
Yeah.
You and 2 other people. And that's what I do when I go on road trips. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, I might listen to music for a little bit, but for the most part, I'm going to put on a podcast. And if I'm riding with somebody, they're going to get hooked.
But if I still thought podcasts were stupid, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck were we doing here? And we were supposed to have a podcast before this. Before Let Me Stay Focused even started, we were supposed to have a podcast. So I think you should trust your instinct more.
Trust your gut, girl.
But I'm all gut and no like external processing. So
girl,
that's coming from me.
That prayer, girl. Like, I'm telling you.
That's facts. Y'all finna get me emotional.
That prayer, like, nah, girl, don't. Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl. Like, you
like
came
this
a
should be our
long
advice. I
way.
have no
Like,
advice in
seriously. But it's just, I don't know. This is me though. Like over the years, I got really passionate just about just knowing that, you know, things may happen the way they are, and just things happen, but like, you just keep your faith in just God, and just knowing that things happen for a reason, regardless if like you want it to happen and it doesn't, versus the other way around. You know what I mean? So like you gotta have that faith and always keep it. And you doing your thing, girl. Like you're naturally with this. Like seriously.
It's a facade. It's not a facade.
No, it ain't a facade.
Don't
you ever say that to me.
It's not necessarily like natural. You know what I'm saying? I have to like.
But like it's flowing.
I think it's more natural than you think, because your first couple of episodes, it was clear you was nervous, you was fried, and people in the comments were like, "That girl is fried." Do you fucking hear me?
Yeah,
and then they started accusing me of being fried. I'm like, how'd I even fucking get in here? What? And then the more you did less of that and more just showing up and recording the show, the more people were like, I really give a fuck about what this girl has to say.
Yeah.
See?
They're very quick to cook me and very slow to cook. Shae's the crock pot. Me,
it's nothing but
I'm the fucking deep fryer. I don't know. They love what you have to say. They're very slow. They're like, even if they don't agree.
Yeah.
I must not understand, because I always agree with the big
she's
shot.
the cool
Me,
kid.
they're like, fuck her. I hate her.
She's the cool kid on the pod sometimes. You know, like when I be looking at her, she's so chill. Like y'all the yin and yang for real.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like you so enjoying, and I love it though. It's so much enthusiasm, and I love it though. Just so you know, and just I always known Shae just to be chill since the day
I've never been, you know what I'm saying?
I was the cook in Burger King, and I walked up to her, and I was just like, "Yo, like, what's up? Like, I'm Kyle." So she chill. Like, I ain't.
Yeah,
but like this,
that, you can't vouch to the fact that I am being myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's the best part. You doing it. You're doing it unintentionally, and it's with somebody who enjoys you. You have a platform that enjoys you. Like, just keep doing it. Like y'all doing it.
Yeah.
So
man.
I feel like that was good. That was the advice. Yeah. It's not, well, it's from the internet by the time you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Stay tuned after.
Thank you for joining us. Tell everybody where they can find you. Everywhere they can find you. Make sure you spell it.
Okay. Honestly, I got off Twitter a long time ago, but you know, I'm not on Twitter X no more.
You're trying to force me to get back up.
I'm not on Snapchat or anything. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. But the Instagram is ITSJUSBILLY. It's just Billy. ITSJUSBILLY. You will see all the discography of what I've done as far as in the music industry and the artists I've worked with along the way. And just stay tuned. There's new music on the way for sure. And now, thank you for having me, ladies.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
Like, literally, it was an honor being, like, this was my first podcast, like, podcast interview. And Monet was all in my ear. Like, yo, like, you be your self. Like, it's always, like, as you always been. Like, and I was so nervous on the way here. I was like, yo, this is my first. I was like, all right, it's cool. Like, Monet was like, yo, just be yourself, as you always been when you're around me and around everybody else. I was like, cool. Yeah. That's all I need to hear.
Yeah, so, Monet's like, what you need to do is
literally a whole strategy process, right? Strategic plan. Like, I love it though. Like, shout out to Monet, MCO Agency. Like literally. Yeah, man. Like,
I know we're part of the same network. Now
literally.
people be like, "Oh yeah, we're on the same label."
Yeah, that is how I feel. Like we just collabing right now for real.
Nah, it's like, you know, I'm try to come back here, you know, when stuff really get the going for real.
Yeah.
Like, you know I'll be back. So
Yeah. You can welcome to come back for sure.
you know, man, I'm just like, I gotta support the people, man. Support my people all day. Like, support my loved ones. That's all I came here to do. Because she told me, she was like, love to have you on the show. And what I tell you, I said, give me about a couple of days.
You was like, I appreciate like your punctuality. I appreciate your excitement because like sometimes we be having to pull people to, like, you know what I'm saying, to make sure everything's straight. But it was just so smooth with you. Like,
Yeah.
Got her right here, right
you
away.
said you was gonna be here and you was here. So I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, ladies.
And
like,
thank you
seriously,
for coming.
like,
Thank you so much.
really, really an honor to be on this. Like, be on this interview. Like, I love it. Like, this podcast. Like, and I just wish you guys the best of luck, and I want you guys to prosper in every way possible, from every angle. Like, seriously, like,
we on the same label now, so
Death Row
for sure. I'll be Lady of Rage. This has been another episode of Let Me Stay Focused podcast. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break, and we'll get you in the next one.
Peace.
Bye. Another episode of Let Me Stay Focused. Don't be a hating ass bitch during the break.
Peace.
Bye.